Hey guys, I figured I'd do a quick video on how I actually make the songs that get uploaded to the channel, because I've been meaning to do this video for a while. I just kind of been putting it off. So really quick, I'll just do a video on how all that gets done and what exactly the process is. So first thing I do when I have an idea for a song, let me finish uploading this video real quick. That's done. Boom. So first thing I do when I have an idea for a song is I usually go and get the download from Ultimate Guitar in the form of a Guitar Pro tab. So for this instance, we'll just use 3 Days Grace song because they're fairly simple and they always work well. So type that in, THERE. 3 Days Grace. Do that. I'll go down to the particular song that I want to do for this one, and then I'll filter it to Guitar Pro. That way I can actually find the right file. Where is it? Is it going to be here? I'll type it into the search bar. It'll be easier to find that way. Boom. Guitar Pro. Okay, apparently I'm gonna make this video longer by dilly-dallying. Days Grace. Over and over. There we go. That ought to help. Okay, so as you can see here, here's the Guitar Pro file version of it, and I try to stick to ones that have 5 stars and, seem like they're pretty good or more or less perfect, because I can't actually, I could, but I don't know how to change any of this to make corrections if there were errors, and when it comes to knowledge on this stuff, it's very limited, so I usually go by the rating and any comments and make notes and go with that, and I try to get ones that have all the instruments done too, so lead guitars, basses, percussions, and others. So what I would do is I would download the Guitar Pro tab, I would save it to my desktop or some place where I could save it, but for this purpose I'll put it on the desktop. So we'll go save, then I will open it up here. Then once it's opened, I usually do 2 things. One, export it as a MIDI, and then I will just close out of that. That way I get a MIDI version of it. Where the fuck did I save that? I saved it over here, that's right. So we want to we'll drag that to the desktop. So now that we got our MIDI, I will usually open that up in MakeScrap. Oh shit. I also forgot to take note of the tempo, but I can do that later. Okay, open this up and then drag this into there. And this is mainly just so I can get a representation of what instruments are what, and then for the drums and any strings, I will mix that down in here because they have a good set of instruments for that. For the strings mainly, like this. So yeah, MIDI altogether would sound something like this. If I enter the right tempo, not that. Let's go here, copy, project, this, okay, paste, there we go. Okay. So yeah, for this I would mix down the strings using Mixcraft, and then the drums and everything else I'll play in FL Studio. So first thing to do now is go to FL Studio, and then open up the guitars. I usually like to track those first because it's simple. Mainly I use AGM for the rhythm parts. If it's a lead and it depends on the song, I can use AGT as the lead, but mainly I just use AGM. Depends on the song. So for this, you go to Tab, you click this button, and the reason I do it this way rather than just drag and drop in the MIDI is because of the tab reader. It will actually do the pitch bends and any of the accents rather than just playing notes on the MIDI. Makes it more accurate and real in a sense. Put the doubler on, change this from 0.9 to 0.1, then go up here, click Open New Audio Editor, which is right here, and then open this up, set to Record on Play, and then sometimes I'll set this to 10 minutes if the song's longer than 5, but normally I can just leave it at 5 because it's fine. And then because this will follow the host, and this plays, like if I just hit play now, it will, actually let me set this up. So if I hit host, it will follow this FL Studio, but if I don't if I don't put a playlist clip and then make it the length of the song, this is what will happen. And I'll show you real quick. Let me, oops. Oh my gosh. Oh, and I also forgot I have to change it to strum, and that's pretty much it. So yeah, if I don't set the playlist clip, this is what happens. And it just repeats itself because that's the length that it sees because there's nothing for it to go off. So I will switch it to song mode and then go here and just drag out a long pattern clip. Doom, 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 doom. And as you can tell, that should be long enough for the song. We'll make it a little longer just to make sure so that way everything gets recorded. And that's definitely long enough. I think the song was only like 3 minutes and 30 seconds. But yeah, once that's done, I open this up, hit record on play, and hit play. And it just records the guitar, and I just let it go and listen to it to make sure just to make sure it sounds good and everything. And it will play the entirety of the tab all the way through. And let's go over here.
You need a bathroom?
No.
I'm going to take a bathroom.
So yeah, that's how that's done. And so once that's done, I will click this button to put it on the track, which puts it out like this. Then you've got your rhythm. And now for the bass, which is the next part of this, because for this song there's only one guitar. If there were any other guitars, I'd do the exact same thing for them. Put them out on there and then route everything to the mixer and do all that. I'll cover that in a second. But now I would do the bass, so we'll load up the bass VST. Boom, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Okay. There we go. So for this, we do the same thing. Put this to 1. Go to tab. Go to open. Desktop. And host. And I would mute this so that way it doesn't play in the recording. And then hit play. And it's supposed to automatically tune to the right tuning. Doesn't always work that way. Depends on the tuning. Might have to turn that up just so you can hear it. But yeah, it will play the exact same way. It'll play the entire thing. But yep, there's that. And I don't know, did it record? And then I can, here, I'll show you again just to be sure. Yep, it'll record all that. You can click here, I'll just skip it. But yep, that records. I put that on the track. Stop. Jesus. Okay, so I'll put that on the track. And then what we'll do here is I'll do the strings next. And for the strings, we'll just do a render down to the basic file, just like in here. Holy crap, that's loud, Jesus. So yeah, I'll do that, and then make sure that sounds good, which it does. So then I can do this. I can go wave here, render it down to strings, call it, and give it a name, strings. And I'll put everything in a folder too, so that way everything's grouped together. But I don't have to cover that in this. But yeah, the strings are mixed down, and then I would mix down the drums to a MIDI file, which would be here. Let's see here. Alright, so, and we go MIDI here, and then we type in drums, D-R-U-M-S, and then yes, and then that's pretty much done, and I can get out of that because I don't need it anymore. So now that that's done, and the guitars and bass are done, we can delete this. We can then do the strings, which just consists of going into where, there it is. Okay, strings. And then dragging it there, and then also going into this and making sure it all is in the right channel track. So lead guitars come first, so if this is a lead guitar, it'd be 1. If the bass was a rhythm guitar, it'd be 2, and just so on and so on. So 1, 2, 3, and drums will be 4. Where's the 4th one? Right there. So we can just do replace, and I use Easy Drummer for this because I like the look of it. And it doesn't sound half bad. I think Superior 2 or Superior Drummer is a better VST if you're more professional with your drums, but I like the outline of this and the way it looks and everything, and the sounds are great. So for this part, I will choose a drum kit that I think suits this best. Normally for songs like this, I use the Made of Metal or the Pop Rock or the Rock Solid one. It just depends on the song, and you've got your drums, so you got your kick, snare, toms, cymbals, everything like that. You drag your drum MIDI into here. Oh shit. Oh wait, never mind. So you drag a drum MIDI into there. I don't actually record the drums because I can just let them play on the track. So if we drag this here, we can go, actually no, here. We can go here like this. And we can go boom, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. And that's pretty much that. The drums are on there now, and if I go back to pattern mode, I can play them and listen to them. Drums should be good. And then for the last little bit, I adjust the volume and master. So I would set volume, and this is a new thing. I recently just been putting this up to the point where it says -1 decibel to get more volume and take away less. And then what I'll do is I will put a master for the drums, which file of mixture track state drums, and I will apply the master of the master track that I got from a YouTube channel. I don't remember which channel I got this from, but I've been using it forever. Yep, and then Easy Make's part of this. It's a separate, another add-on by TuneTrack. I use a lot of their stuff, but I have a super drum compression on this, and that's pretty much it for that. And so now that that's done, the drums sound like this. And now I'll go into it and mess with each thing to make sure these aren't too loud and the snare is good and the kick is good. And then once it's like that, you can go to this and you can listen, and I'll listen to it and go through and apply like any extra stuff I need to. For the strings, I would go into Easy Mix and do a mellow string add-on, and this all changes depending on the song. So there's the strings, they're set now, and I can mess with the volume of them later too to change it. But that's how that's done, and then obviously I would just spend my time making sure this all sounds good, then render it to a file, and then put it into Adobe, put it into Camtasia to make the photo, and then put it into Adobe to add my video, intro, and then everything, and put it all together, and then upload it. And once the song is actually done, I can pull it up here because I have it saved, or at least a version of it, an older version. Where did I put this damn thing? New folder, bunch of old songs, over and over. There we go. This is what it actually sounds like when it's done. So yeah, that's pretty much that process for doing all the songs and then uploading them to YouTube, and that's how it's done. Later in the month, or in another couple months, I'll probably do a video on all the multi-tracks I have that I've downloaded, and put out a video so you guys can request them, and I'll put a download link to any of them that you request, because I used to upload them to YouTube on my very first channel that had like 2,000 subscribers. It was awesome. And then that got shut down because of copyright, obviously. So once I get around to doing it, I will do a video with that. And yep. So yeah, that's what I'll do. And this guy just commented on this finally, so that's kind of great. But yeah, this video is done, and that's pretty much how it gets done. So you guys have a good one, and I'll see you next time.